on the Notting Hill panorama. Let's talk about the good first. I think that I heard a lot of a high standard of music. I heard good quality pans, and I heard good what we call in San City pan playmanship, but it's good playing ability. We hear a lot of good playing ability as well. So we know in England somebody doing something right, right? Some things that could be tweaked, right? I don't want to get into too much details because I think that it will be in poor taste to discuss publicly of somebody's faults, but I think that the communication between the liaison officer and the judges in particular, things could be improved, right? I would like to say thank you to the officials at Panchinbego and Mr. Guardian, who's from NCC. Panchinbego representatives was Mr. Keith Diaz, Mr. Richard Foto, and Mr. Sensi. They were very instrumental into addressing all problems that we have and making sure that the problems are resolved quickly. What I've learned in Panchinbego is that I've discovered at Panchinbego it had a few employees there that not affiliated with a band, and I thought that was kind of strange because to me that we have so many people who play pan and not employed. Why are we not hiring the people who's within a steel band and not employed? And the older guys said to me very short that imagine everybody involved in a steel band for panorama, how Panchinbego would be run, or would run around panorama time. Everybody would be doing the steel band business. So you have to have people who is not involved in steel band, because when panorama time or when time with having competition, the people who are not involved in steel band would be the people that we lean on to keep things in order. So what I've discovered is that the liaison officer at the Notting Hill Carnival was persons who were involved in bands and really didn't have time sometimes to get the judges as comfortable as possible with things that they need, because they were also seeing about bands within those last few days of panorama. They were busy trying to get their band together, and that could be something that we could look at. So I suggest that they have somebody who's not affiliated with a steel band, seeing about the judges. I would like to say congrats to the liaison officer though, because they try to have little contact with the judges as possible, and they use the officials at Panchinbego to have the message set. Why I say congratulations to that, because if it is that we were involved with these liaison officers, it might have some biasness in terms of, we know this one or we know that one, and so on and so on and so on. So the person who was in charge of us, said congratulations, to show that you guys have some integrity and you guys making sure and keeping a distance from the judges, so the judges wouldn't give any biased results. I think that was did perfectly at the panorama this year. Okay? What was disappointing on in the carnival though is that while staying, I was watching the local news and they were covering the lead up to carnival, and some of the officials there were talking about the hardship they had in terms of preparing their bands and preparing the mass bands and so on and so on, and the kind of support that the county or the government or whoever it is supposed to give them. They're not really getting that support from them, and also they're not getting support from corporate sponsors as well. Why I say that is disappointing, because there were thousands and thousands and thousands of people at the carnival, and just by the train alone, that 2 days made a lot of money by vendors vending on the road, made a lot of money. The city was booming, it was busy. So we know that corporate London made money. We know that Notting Hill made money. We know that that county made money. So it shouldn't be no problem to pay the entertainers. You have to look at the people who bring in the audience. They should be paid, and they should be paid handsomely, and it's your responsibility as the governing body for the area to pay the entertainers. And the same thing for any carnival through the world, even in Trinidad and Tobago. It's not that we as PAN people coming to beg, we ain't begging, is that we bringing in billions of dollars into the country, and we just asking for our share of the billions of dollars. Is we, the mass, the carnival, and the PAN, bringing that in. So when the government says, PAN people begging again, no, it's not PAN people begging, it's that we asking for we share. If we didn't have no mass, no carnival, no PAN, it wouldn't have no show, and it wouldn't have no billions of dollars for the hotels, for the food people, for the vendors, for everybody, for the guys that are doing the trucks, the people that are doing welding, and so on and so on and so on. And the people creating that is the people who doing the actual show themselves, the calypsonians, the pan men, the masqueraders. So give them the just due. So we are going to address the next element of good panorama piece, which is reharmonization. Now, reharmonization, based on this document, is the ability of the arranger to harmonize the choice piece in its original form horizontally, and then reharmonizing, and they have in brackets, different chords progression applied to the theme, close brackets, could be applied to the remainder of the arrangement. Right. So they say that harmony, we need to harmonize the tune vertically. Right? And when they talk about vertically, when we write music horizontally, right? We write one note, then the next note, and then the next note, like if we write in words. However, if we write in harmonies, we write one letter, and then we put the next note underneath it, and next note underneath it. So if it's a three-part harmony, it will look vertical on the score sheet. So that's if we write in music, harmonies look vertical, right? So when somebody say they're looking for the ability of the arranger to harmonize the music vertically, that is what they're talking about. But then they ask to reharmonize. So when they ask to reharmonize, they're asking for that note on top to remain the same, or if it have to change just slightly, but they want the notes at the bottom, or if you have notes on top, harmonize it to change, right? So they're looking for that change in the chord. So you might use an F chord because you have a C note, and F chord may have FAC, but then the next time around you might use an A minor chord because that also have C in it, A, C, E, and we reharmonize that C note. Now we're going to take a piece of the pan in A minor, and we're going to play the original piece of that segment of pan in A minor, and then we're going to reharmonize it. Right? So let's go. We're going to do the second part in pan in A minor. Let's go. 1, 2, original, 3, 4, and 1. D minor, then we had an A major, an A minor, sorry, and then we had an E major, and then an A minor, A major, right? Now what we're going to do some reharmonization where we'll take the D minor and split the time of it. So we play the D minor for 2 beats instead of 4, and then we'll use a G, then we'll use a C, F, coming down in fourths, then we'll use a B diminished, half diminished, major, A minor. So we change the chord progression so it should sound different. So let's play that and we hear that same melody reharmonized. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Reharmonization we did before was mild, it was slight changes and it created a little more movement, right? But we're going to do one a little more jazzy, a little more strange. We'll take it a little slower so you can hear the harshness of the chord and the relevance, because we will be mostly playing on the extensions, right? So for example, we're going to start this part of the song on a D note, but we're going to play an E7 chord, which is E, G sharp, B, D, right? And then when I'm rolling on the E, we'll be playing an F major 7, which will be F, A, C, E. And as the chord progresses, we're going to B diminished after, and then we just get a little lighter into the original with a G and back to the original, right? But you'll hear the difference in the reharmonization of the melody. So I hope this will give you a better understanding of the reharmonization, and let's take that part inside. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and